Pounders. Welcome back. Episode 2 of The Big Board. We'll get a little focus here as we get the camera set up right, and we want to dive right into some quarterback ranks. On the UD, the beautiful UD, as we have some people trickling in here. If you guys can do me a favor, go down, slap the like, give the algo a little massage. Appreciate you, boys. And I always think this is interesting, just the start of the big board and the rise of quarterbacks. And then as we get into draft season, they trickle down, right? But right now, there's a premium. And if you don't have your second quarterback by Stroud, depending on who your number one is, like if you want one of these middling guys like Goff, you don't have your second one by Stroud, it starts to feel a little uneasy. And the cliff comes quick around pick 100. But just want to start off, Allen at 30.7, mixing him in pretty lightly here. Same thing with Lamar at 48. Not overly confident that they want him to be anywhere close to the 700 range. I think you're going to see more of kind of like an in-between of this 900 and 350, probably around the 500 range. I think they want to limit it, keep them healthy. So I don't know if that pure upside is there at 48. Daniels, I think, is worth mixing in. These guys were expensive at first, but now with the price of these middle round quarterbacks coming up, it's making me want to mix in the earlier guys a little more now. The value on the back end is sort of drifted away, and that's because we don't know all 32 starting quarterbacks. So you're paying a premium on certainty. So I do think the 3 quarterback builds and you mix in one of those guys that could be a good value is going to hit pretty hard for advance rates this season. Appreciate you boys coming out nice and early. W for Omega, my man, joining the Patreon. Appreciate you guys. My top 175 CSV is officially out and live, and it's a doozy. It's a beast. I think it's extremely, extremely strong, a big advantage. So as little as $7 on the Patreon, or you could sign up for the year like some people do, and you save a few months. Daniels, Burrow is fine. Drake May, his price has finally come down after his playoff run came to a close, a crashing halt. Caleb Williams is one that's like, all right, this one could probably come down a little bit. Caleb at 68, it's I get it. I would probably just rather some of these guys that go a little later, value-wise. If I go Colston Loveland, if I go Luther Burden, I'm going to mix in some Caleb here at 68, but I'm not going to feel great about it. Hurts at 70s, awesome. Herbert is great. Dart is great. Dak is great. T-Law is great. And last year, people might forget, but they were utilizing him on the 1 with the tush push. And I don't think that goes away if ETN signs elsewhere, and they might abuse it even more. So you get a pseudo like Jalen Hurts type pick at 83 with the tush push at the 1 with T-Law, big QB. I think that's something that definitely should be mentioned there. Mahomes at 87. This is another question mark for me because the way I have it ranked is he's behind Bo Nix. He's probably behind Goff for me at this point right now. And then Stafford is ahead of Mahomes. It's a little wonky in this range. I would have Mahomes behind Purdy. And again, 10, 15 picks cheaper, 17 picks cheaper for Goff. And are you going to get that rushing upside next year coming off the injury? You're going to get a Goff-like season anyways. I don't know. I have him down the board a little bit. We're uncertain if Kelsey retires at this point, although Kelsey playing it like he doesn't is probably the best way to go, just for shooting for upside. Pick 160s. Like that's a good price for Kelsey right now. Love, Bake, Shuck is fine. Sam Darnold, Willis. Malik is flown up the board with his potential contract talks. Mendoza, I mean, you got to put him behind. You got to put him behind Stroud here, which, I mean, it's only a couple picks, but Stroud in this range is like my safety net, right? I'll find a Houston stack with Schultz or Jalen Noel, something on the back end, but you get uncertainty of the starting the whole season without any injuries, and also I mean, it's not zero rushing yards, but you would like to see that bump up to like the Ryan Tannehill level. Bryce Young's fine. Cam Ward, again, fine. Daniel Jones coming back from that injury. You know, his rushing upside was already gone last year. I don't think a lot of people realize, but yeah, they used him at the 1 a little bit, but he wasn't running like his old days. He did a lot of his damage from the pocket, obviously with the super efficient Jonathan Taylor last year. Penix, man, he's pretty close to a last round pick right now for me. But if you have some London, if you're mixing in Pitts, you're gonna mix in Penix here. Sanders, Rodgers, I think Rodgers should be up the board. I think he's going to find a landing spot. So he could be one of the better values down in this range. And we're going to get the Anthony Richardson spike too. That's the funniest thing. Is like, the A-Rich spike. Are you going on that same ride again? After we've seen it back-to-back years, do you want to go on that ride again? I'm not sure that I do. And Jacoby Brissett at 192, I think he could be one of the better value QBs. And you're hoping he starts like the second half of the season, not the first half. So we'll see what happens with Jacoby Brissett and Arizona as a whole. But yeah, Mendoza, I'd probably just have him behind Bryce Young in this Cam Ward range. I mean, Vegas, if he ends up in Vegas, you have some fun pieces there too. So it's not like the spot would be that bad, his projected spot. We'll cover some updates to BBO, which is, I believe, don't kill the messenger. Okay. Don't shoot the messenger. It might be released as soon as today, the tool, but Josh is also working on some visuals for you guys and some automation to ADP reports from BBO. You get the quick Reader's Digest. Mike Washington Jr. jumped 51 spots, 218 to 167. Omar Cooper and Sadiq both climbed about 15 to 20 spots. Joe Mixon dropped 14. JJ McCarthy fell 11. The biggest moves happened in the last few days, not gradually. Mike Washington up 51, Stowers up 24, Omar Cooper up 20. Demont will continue to rise, seeing him go in the 70s for people that really are bullish on him. Javonte Williams, after the contract, moved up 10 spots. Jordan Mason should continue to trickle up the board as well. And then some of these rookie receivers and running backs, the movement's not that impactful. Some of the biggest fallers, Mixon, JJ McCarthy, Braylon Allen. Again, this is most likely after the Breece Hall news. Emmett Johnson, Jaden Blue, Sanders. Nothing too impactful based on where their ADPs lie in the visuals. Josh, I love it. I love it, man. Give us more visuals for the streams. I know people will not be mad about that. All right. We filled the big board. I'm sure this is filled with sickos that are in the live stream as well. The time is now. Stars, what's up, baby? Gonzo in the house. That Ben Johnson tax is no joke. Yeah, you're going to pay up for it. The 12 spot, not our favorite. We drafted one this morning from the 12. And let's take a peek. That was a little tougher room because we had a few pounders in here as well. So maybe this one, no, it's not this. Is it this? This looks like the 12. Yeah. So Moon Cow is in here. Ingle, Ant, and a few pounders in this one. And Green Bean. We end up with Burrow, Baker Mayfield, and Rodgers. Jeremiah Love, Justin Jefferson start. A little different there. Judkins, Algier, Chuba Hubbard, double-clicking RB in this range before it really drops off and it comes back around to us. And that's the problem about the 12 is you're not picking for a minute, 24 picks away. So you sort of have to just go get your guys. So we reach up for Algier here. Chuba Hubbard, Aaron Jones, and then add on one of the rookies at the end. Jefferson, T. Higgs, J-Mo, Godwin. So we didn't go a fourth receiver till 109. And we bring in Dobbs, Lane, Isaiah Bond, and Mims, which I don't love Mims, but in the playoffs, he was playing about 66% of the snaps over Bryant. Goddard, Andrews, and Njoku. Just yeah, give me that. Give me that mystery box of where Goddard lands and Njoku. Although Njoku wants to be in Cleveland, but we did set up this little Cincy, Cleveland, Pittsburgh interconference. So we're already thinking a little dynamically here. And let's see what comes to us. I'm assuming Jefferson goes a lot at the 11, so this team doesn't have to go double RB. See if he chooses to do that, or if he doesn't mind the double RB. He goes Achan. I am tempted to just go Genty Jefferson here. I also don't mind the double RB start, but let's take the bet that Jefferson does have a serviceable quarterback this season. Initially, when I dropped the ranks early Feb, I was like, man, I don't really love the Jefferson situation with JJ McCarthy. But now that we've had a little bit of coach speak and some insider news that he's not set to be the guy, which should have always been known, but with the draft and there not being that many exciting quarterbacks, it just kind of throws you off a little bit. Same thing with London. I have him up the board just due to building out the team. It's just a little easier starting with 1-1, but I've been liking my double RB starts, just not picking between Jefferson and like Hampton or Jefferson and Love right now. My favorite double RB starts are definitely at the 1 and 2. Definitely at the 1 and 2. We'll see what comes back around. Double RB back there. The double RB start does feel very strong this year. I've been building most of my teams with 3 RBs through 6 rounds. And those teams feel to be the strongest. They look the best at the end of the draft room. See if I can pull up some examples here. I drafted this war room suit. I only got 2 of the 4. I was so mad. It filled so fast. At the end, it filled so fast. Brown, Hall, and Stevenson with Coleman, Aaron Jones, and Emmanuel Wilson. Puka, Waddle, Tate, Evans, Diggs, KC, and Adani, Sadiq, Schultz, Stowers. Like, I could have just stopped here at 3. Again, I was a little higher on these guys when it came out, so I am glad. Got them on the same team, which is cool. Wish Schultz is feels like a good enough combo, but who knows? Darren Waller, the mystery bag. Let's see some of these early. This was my first big board. Let's get a strong RB start. ETN, Williams, Pollard, and then a mystery bag. HN, Judkins, Toot, and Pollard. Not the 4. Oh, man, I must have got absolutely destroyed in this room. The quarterback. When one or two teams starts going 4 QBs early, it can really change the room. And those draft rooms, when the big board first dropped, were crazy. It wasn't even fun. It wasn't even fun. 5. You got two teams drafting 5 QBs. Come on. Come on. Yes. Oh, yeah. We want T. Higgs here for sure. I am tempted to just go like Devonta Smith here or J-Mo to get a little different, but I don't have a ton of Garrett Wilson. I like T. Higgs here at 36. I really do. Trust the ranks. We're going to go Garrett Wilson here at 37. I don't mind mixing in Devonta Smith, right? If you can predict AJ Brown moving on, you will get this rise of Devonta Smith in front of this whole crew. I'd still have T. Higgs right there with him. Yeah, there goes Devonta Smith. His rise continues. He's one of our higher drafted players, I want to say. Yeah, he's right here at 37.5%. Just sort of playing the upside there that you do get AJ Brown to move on. You do get Dallas Goedert to move on, and you predict that little boost for him. Completely fine with that. What's up, Tyler? Been enjoying the streams lately, my man? Waller, we'll see. I know the injury history is crazy, but that was also a team drafted in early February. So it's like, who knows? I'm glad I got 2 of my favorite roots. Always fun. Ooh, we got an update from Josh. More ADP charts from Jerry. That's what he's called. Jerry, send us the news. Which teams are rising following each position? Wide receiver scatter. February 22nd versus March 3rd. ADP dots off the diagonal equals movers, size, magnitude. Top 12 RBs, trends, lines, QB tiers. Let's see what we got. Oh, Josh, you're gonna make me digest this on the go, huh? All right, so you have the teams and position. That's interesting. That's going to take my mind to wide receiver ADP movement. Also interesting. I am excited to just release this stuff to people and just have them have the data people figure it out for me, and then I'll say, yeah, what they said. that's what we got to do at this point. Also have some saved bookmarks, a lot from Ian here, and he provides such good context of stats that people are not looking at directly. And we have to spread some Mike Washington FUD, right? We have to on this stream so he doesn't climb up to 110 and I have 0 shares. The 12 Fumbies here, I mean, it's not nothing. That's not nothing. Oh my gosh, like what are the chances he wants to give us Swift? Because in my mind, it wasn't feeling good. But he does. I could see eventually Tootin rising up to this spot. So you're not crazy for reaching there. Jordan Tyson, I almost want to go and just grab my quarterback right here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and grab Joey Burr. Wow, there's Dart goes to 62. And Jalen Hurts went 10 picks early. Okay, he's the only one getting a little funky with it right now. But I don't want to get boxed out of QB, and it's so easy too on the ends. It's so easy. The Tyler Algier propaganda, yeah, it's fun to take the mystery box of where are these guys going to land, and you're just fantasizing. And last year, the famous tweet, one of my best, is Javonte to the Cowboys back when he was at pick 236. One of the big reasons we had one of the highest advance rates in the big board, but also had one of the highest advance rates in the big board and BBM combined, the two biggest contests on UD. And it's not predicative of how much money you make, right? It's just not. I've had years where my advance rates are middling and I've spiked 20K contests. It's the game we play, boys. It's the game we play. I will say the advance rates did help ease the pain of the playoffs, not having Derrick Henry, not having Kyle Pitts, surviving somehow with a few teams without those players. No Puka in the playoffs. Brutal. Pretty balanced from these teams here so far. I've covered on the first stream here my thoughts on the elite tight ends. It's just you run the risk of first you're probably only drafting 2. If you mix in a third, that's late. I don't think that's a big deal in a 20-round draft, but you're most likely only mixing in 2 most times if you get your second by, the Ferguson range. So it doesn't allow you necessarily to find that middle round guy or late round guy with a few darts that way outplays his ADP. That's one of my problems I have with the elite tight end. The other one is other teams catch up just by drafting multiple tight ends. And how volatile the spot is, you're paying a premium on these guys finishing the top 2 and separating from number 3 off the board here at 75. Can it happen? Sure. But there's just too many questions in Vegas and Arizona right now that makes me want to be confident in that take. A little run at QB here. Drake May fell to 69. I do like the T-Law pick. Okay. We might push QB one more. Let's go Diggs first. Herbert, Dak. I just worry on the way back around what this is going to look like, but we are going to push QB here and see if we can survive. Let's bring in Chuba, make the bet that Rico moves on, and Jonathan Brooks is still returning from back-to-back seasons of knee injuries. We've seen Chuba be a workhorse before. We'll see. Anything can happen in Carolina. Anything can happen in Carolina. Herbert, Dak go off. So we're now making the bet that we get one of Mayfield, Love, Goff, Staffy, Purdy, Knicks on the way back around. I also don't mind Willis with Jefferson, with Garrett Wilson. Some fun pieces that teams are looking for a quarterback. I think that's something you should keep in mind when you're mixing in players like Willis. There goes Algier at 91. What's your guys' confidence rate on Algier versus Chuba Hubbard? And if you guys are watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments. Hubbard surviving, the NFL draft, I don't think is a big worry, but that depends on Jonathan Brooks' health. Do they bring in one of these veterans? It's possible, but you would think that they would have found a way to just keep Rico, but maybe Rico's price tag a little too much. Chris, what's up, baby? People are QB thirsty, and it really changes. It's going to change the way you draft. And each room is different. So this room seems pretty reasonable, right? I don't see teams going double early QB. So we did push it one more round. Pretty confident we get one of the guys we like. But Purdy, this range just feels like a pretty good value too. Purdy, Goff, Love, Mayfield. There goes Godwin. Earlier today, we did do the double tap here with the Bakey Bake and Godwin on the 9-10 turn. There goes Pollard. Pollard's interesting. I do like his ADP a lot, especially, I mean, if Tennessee doesn't go Love at 4, and even if they do they keep Pollard as well? I don't know. The Laporta Goff was something we were looking at here. That's not going to be in play, but we are going to go Goff. And I think we are going to go our first tight end. People are probably looking at Reed Love, which I just don't like as much. Let's go our first advance rate click here with Goff. I'm pretty comfy at stopping at 2 here too, depending on what the room does. Let's go Kincaid here at 109. I do think if he can put together a healthy season, he'll outpay his ADP. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I don't know. But one thing I do know is I'm not clicking Khalil Shakir at 117. Again, we're not clicking Khalil Shakir this year. Some things never change. Some things never change. Yeah, I could see this too. Just playing the mystery of there's so many good landing spots for these RBs. Diggs release, I've seen some of this. This is pretty muddy. I don't think it happens. What would be the point? It's not like they have to save money. They have so much money in open cap. I don't know what the point would be. And what are you using that to go get, right? Okay, you release Diggs. Congrats. All right, let's add Mike Evans. Like, what's that? I don't know what that does. So I don't see a reason why he would be released. Confirmed? No way. I saw the rumors. Let's take a peek. Give me Twitter. That's where we get our news. No way. Yeah, 30 seconds. Interesting. I wonder if that's like some insider knowledge on some of his legal troubles. I wonder if there's something there. Willis goes at 118. Really want him to come back around. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch. But yeah, he goes about a full round ahead, and that's what you have to do when you're starting to get boxed at QB. Interesting. Who picks up Diggs? Oh, man. Booty's going up the board. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. There goes our man. Wow, I can't believe I got the Diggs Kincaid double. That's crazy. Who saw that coming? Big fade now. He will drop just because of uncertainty, for sure. I think we just have to make the double tap here at receiver. I think we just have to make the double tap. All right. Jefferson, T. Higgs, Garrett Wilson, Diggs, Debo, and Dobbs. Let's put a Band-Aid on the Diggs pick real quick. And there's a couple ways to play that, right? Wow. Are they opening up a big contract for... They're going to make a push for like Brian Thomas or, I mean, AJ Brown's like the Patriots' dream pick, but we'll see. If they don't bring in someone like AJ Brown, even Mike Evans is like, he's at the point of his career where he's like a 70, 75 at max % snap count player, which is perfect for the Patriots because they love playing 6 different guys. If they don't bring in a true number 1, man, I do start to like Kyle Williams on the back end a little more. I do start to like Booty a lot. You get rid of one of the targets for the red zone in Diggs. You start to like Hunter Henry a little more. Green Bean. Yeah, no, I saw it. I covered it earlier in the stream. And you're back at the 12. Yeah, exactly. I know. I can't get out of this spot. That was a fun draft because it was a tougher room, and I thought the team turned out pretty good for the 12. You took my McMillan pick. That one hurt. I had my Baker double. All planned out. Dude, I love it. I have 20%. The panic starts. Everyone's checking their Diggs exposure. I love it. We're so back. It's only March. Oh man, don't you love it? It's the best. It is absolutely the best. I guess I shouldn't have been more tapped in with baseball season, but the Diggs news surprised the shit out of me. Oh, give us this. This is, we're so close. I didn't think I thought there was a Booty's a good pick there. Strange is a good pick there too. Henry. So the Pats getting the instant boost. Booty, I mean's right there. Yeah, Mike Washington goes one pick before me, basically right at ADP. What? I mean, the Andrews here with our Cincy stack is too easy. I love Stroud. Here's a value. Like, we're 20 picks past ADP, but we obviously have a need at RB. I mean, Aaron Jones or Stroud. Who are we getting more points from? I'm going to go Stroud. We're going to punish the room a little bit here. We could stop here with 2 tight ends and just say both of these guys end up being a value. We're pretty strong at receiver. Adding one more, and we can stack up RB with our 3 RB start through pick 85. I think that's more than okay. If Mike Washington was there, we wouldn't go Mike Washington, but you don't see this often right now just because of the hype. But again, we have to bring them back down to life, guys. 12 fumbies here on 655 touches. Bring them back down. It's working. It's actively working. Look at these drops. Oh my, Mike Washington. Oh, that's terrible. I'm trying, boys. Yup, I'm finished. Yeah, season's over. Your big board dreams are officially ruined. Diggs released, and he's probably on a yacht somewhere. We're cooked. Yeah, let's punish the room with Stroud at 157. I can't let that slide. Not in these streets. Hefe. We punish Hefe. one QB. We punished the one spot. Just Bo Nix. There goes Cooper at 140. Was that 145? The rise continues. Judy Franklin. I do like that range for them. Let's see what comes back to us. I do think we stop at these two tight ends and we just make the bet that they're good values. We could add a late Stowers, but we're gonna need to throw some darts at RB here. Get the dartboard out. We need some shit to stick. I stole your Algier. Oh yeah, that double tap of RB. That one felt good earlier today. I like that range to double tap. Because in the 12, it's so hard to get a running back here at 36 that you love, right? Like these guys aren't falling back to you. So if you only start one RB, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to get a double RB here. You might get one. You might get lucky with like Kyron, or ETN most likely. That's why a double RB start here feels pretty good in the 11 or 12, because then you're getting a wide pool of wide receivers on the way back around. Just something to think about. So we end up still getting Aaron Jones, and this is what we're going to do. Oh, yeah. The spoons. Man, are we dropping the first spoons of the year on Aaron Jones? It feels wrong. I just did it. Just did it. Give us that 12-pick drop on Aaron Jones. It's perfect for this team because we're going to add, most likely we're going to add another rookie to the end here. Craig, I can't do beers right now. I can't do beers right now. If you guys are interested in the CSV for the top 175 rankings, which were created yesterday, nice and fresh, any tier of the Patreon does it. The link is in the comments. The link is in the chat. The link is pinned at the top in the chat. Any tier gets you the ranks as little as $7. And think how much you draft in 1 month. Trust. It's worth. It's worth. All right. Now we add some fun. I'm gonna do some Noel here at the very end. Last pick Noel. 11 picks away. I have one guy for certain in my mind right now that we like. And the other one's gonna be a mystery. One ring to rule them all. Ray Davis. Back on that Ray Day. Here we go. Come on. Keep it blue. Keep it green. Let's see some purple. I need him. Oh, okay. That would have been one of them. Nope. Safe. These are the guys I worry about. These are the guys that I worry about. This guy's got me a couple times at this point. Does he have Baker? Just an early Tez Johnson pick. I don't mind it at the end of drafts, but he is the 4th wide receiver there. Otten. He's double stacking it. Okay. We are going to bring up Kyle Williams to this range. I do like Brazel here too. I know I have a lot more Jacoby Lane than I have Brazel. If I go Brazel here, I'm not going Noel. But is there an RB here that I need? Like not really. Not really. Let's go Brazel. My luck, Brazel becomes a fucking New England Patriot. All right. 2 picks left. Man, I really I really like the balance of this. We could add another tight end. Where did Stowers end up going? Just curious. We're near 30% Stowers. 189 in this one. I think we just do we just double tap RB? I hate and the thing is, so right here, I'm not worried about our running backs. I think we're in a pretty good spot where 1 would suffice. If we go 2, are we getting more points out of adding a tight end at the end here or running back? I just think the value's kind of sucked out of the room a little bit at RB in these drafts, and it doesn't really feel good picking 2 towards the end. Picking 1 dart, I don't mind, but some of the better values are receiver at the end, potentially QB, like Rodgers is still here, or adding a tight end. I do think you get more points, but I mean, the tight ends are also pretty ugly. We could boost up Sam as well. This would be a fun click. When we talk about fun clicks, I don't think Colby Parkinson's gonna be there, but when you talk about fun clicks, gotta pivot, right? Stowers, new hot commodity, he's gone earlier now. You gotta pivot in the last round. And landing spot is gonna be the biggest dependent on these late round tight ends of who has the opportunity, who landed in the best spot for opportunity. That's what's really gonna make them rise. Yeah, Randall goes at RB. I just okay. I have one guy in mind. Pacheco's just such I feel like I click Pacheco and I just, like, don't know what to do here. I like LeQuint. I mean, it's hard to argue with someone that's a pretty big impact in the red zone. Let's add a 3rd tight end. I don't think we need 2 of these RBs. Let's bring in LeQuint Allen. Let's bring in LeQuint. We kinda know what Pacheco is at this point. Another one I'm trying to click more of right now too is Keenan Allen. I'm trying to get some more Keenan Allen shares. I think it's in the Chargers' best interest to bring him back, and if they do, you're gonna see Ladd take a little dip. You're going to see QJ take a little dip. You're sort of paying you're kinda paying a small premium for them right now based on Keenan Allen potentially leaving, but yeah, Rodgers here, I just think I think he returns. Like, he's working out, he's staying in shape. There's so many QB needy teams. Kirk Cousins, we'll just see. I don't mind it. Geno, I don't mind it. The worry, like, would they really keep him with Mendoza? Maybe, and maybe they make Geno start the season, but you pick someone 1 overall, they're gonna play. They're gonna play sooner than later, which means right away. Geno's future uncertain. But again, so many QB needy teams. It's just who ends up in the best situation. Who ends up in the best situation? Basically, who who ends up in Atlanta? Who ends up in Minnesota? Who ends up in Las Vegas? Do we see a Derek Carr return? I mean, I feel like I've seen it all now with the Rivers. I feel like I've seen it all. Do not show this again. I don't man, 10 spots for a big board? How about a little tiny board? How about a little small one? Oh, 12 out of 12. That's what we needed. That's what we needed for vibes. You think Pacheco gets a job? That's a he just feels like a, "I don't know what to click, so I'm just gonna go Pacheco." It doesn't feel good. John in the house at 5, dog bowl winner in the house. Punisher in these streets. I like this room, though. I like this room. Besides John, I don't see any of the typical suspects. I see a lot of badgeless. There's like a 42% chance this draft gets canceled at this point. Uh, Pacheco gets a job, might be at the Waffle House, though. Man, you didn't even give him Chick-fil-A? That's crazy. You didn't even give him Chick-fil-A. I mean, he's gonna get you that food as fast as he can. However fast that is, you're gonna see effort, though, in that play. You're gonna see effort. Been seeing a lot of Gibbs at 1, people kind of panicking to catch up, but Puka. Puka start. Let's see what comes back around. Alec Pierce among the names the Patriots are eyeing in free agency. I don't uh, oh god. If I see Alec Pierce of the Patriots in a big contract, I might puke. Like, there's a chance that I just throw up. I will say he's better for, like, best ball. He's a better role player in the NFL spreading the field, but when you talk about Underdog in his ADP and what wide receivers are pulling for money right now, it's just pretty disgusting. We have him down in the board at 91. We have Jordan Addison 1 click ahead. Michael Wilson, we have down the board. I'd probably flip these. I'd probably put Wilson 1 click above Pierce, but I don't mind Addison above both of them. Parker Washington, we have down the board. Myers, 1 pick ahead. Some of that is I wanna be less exposed. I wanna be less exposed to Parker Washington, to Alec Pierce, and Michael Wilson. Paying for last year's production is just something I never try to do. Always readjust. Readjust. Alright. James Cook at 8, that's a decision. Jason falls to 6, JT at 5 is fine. Pickens, Barkley at the 12. Getting different, getting different. Okay. CMC Genty's a start. CMC Genty's a start. You don't see that a lot. See what John does here in the 5 hole. Pickens, Barkley. There goes Drake London. He goes Derrick Henry pretty confidently. He goes Nico. We're gonna go Chase Brown. He goes Nico. We're gonna go Chase Brown. Neighbors goes right off directly after 23. I think that's a good spot for him. I think Neighbors is fine at 21 as well. 22. I'd like Nico 1 click ahead of him right now, and just returning from the injury. There's AJ Brown at 25, which I don't mind actually. He goes Bowers 20. I like that. Let's mix in a K-Walk click here. I also like Olave, obviously at the top of my board, but let's start this one out with 2 RBs and a receiver, and let's see how we like this one. 2 RBs through 3 rounds have been some of my favorite teams that I've created, so let's see if we can hold that to be true here. The only thing is with Puka, I don't love where Stafford goes, and you kinda have to pay it. You sorta have to pay it. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming a lot at 2, 3 PM, and then Sunday, Mondays will be my late night streams. So, I'll get that out when it's more set in stone, but the time slot is kinda early afternoon now. Different change of pace. We're drinking our 2nd coffee of the day instead of our 3rd beer. But appreciate you guys coming out. If you guys enjoying the stream, go down, slap the like on the video, massage the YouTube algo for me as we return to these streaming streets. I appreciate you guys. More info is coming to the overlay as early as being released today. And the update is Josh actually, and this is the 3rd year in a row, 3rd year where he started from scratch. Now, the the overlay that's gonna be released today or tomorrow is the one from last year, just all the hot fixes, but behind the scenes, he's been working on a brand new one from scratch, 3rd year in a row. Absolute savage. Absolute savage. A perfectionist. That's exactly what we love. We all benefit. We all benefit. Achan Jefferson, Kyron, and ETN. Wow. He brings up Loveland. This guy is just clicking names. He's he's going and getting his guys. I love it. The 12 spot's got some big energy here. Double RB star with CMC and Genty brings it back with T. Higgs and JMO. I love that as well. Hendo here at 43 is a little pricey. I don't mind either or. We're going one of these guys though. Let's bring in Dev Smith at 46. Saquon on the trading block wouldn't be the biggest surprise to me. See a lot of Flowers, Lamar Jackson double clicks in this range. I would like to get one of these 2 guys. I just don't see it happening. Is this guy even here? Is this just auto? No, he's here. Flowers goes at 48. Have Lamar. I mean, if I keep forgetting. Good, he did just auto those 2 picks. Alright, we're bringing in Burden. Great. Alright, we catch up at receiver with a little double tap there. Chase Brown, K-Walk, Puka, Dev Smith, and Burden. Just sort of getting used to these ADPs and where the pockets are in the draft, knowing that if you go 2 RBs here, coming back around, you're actually gonna be loaded up with wide receiver options. It's really you just have to get comfortable. You have to get comfortable in these draft rooms and try different things and identify where the pockets are for each draft position. All this stuff is gonna help your advance rates. Knowing who you can get where, allowing you to do what early because you know who's there later. Decode that. Decode that. Burrow, little naked Burrow at 56. We are so back. We are so back. Marvin Harrison at 58. Marvin Harrison at 58. We're making decisions here. Oof. We are making decisions. This could be anyone. This is I'm excited. Just don't be picked like 200, bro. Alright, he's on auto. No, he's not. The Swift pick's actually pretty good. I mean, he's built his his construction's fine. Josh Allen with Mike Evans, something to note there. Pretty fun combo. Let's see what the 0320 guy does. He brings in Drake May. I do think it's easier to catch up at wide receiver, so we don't hate it just yet. Jalen Warren up the board at 65. Jalen Warren's ended up as one of my higher owned players right now, and it's not so much that I think he's going, and I covered this with Cody. I don't think he's going to smash and become like, he was actually worth pick 40. I don't think that really happens. There goes D-Monk. I think it's more so the way he allows you to build out your team because you're getting around 175 touches with the upside potential more, but this is a little 71. I think he's a fine pick. I want two in, but I think one of these guys is on auto. So let's just pair up Devonta Smith with Hurts here. We could have gone the Caleb route. It's just I don't love that. I don't love it. Tootin goes. We get punished. So do we that's the problem though. Based on ADP, if this guy's on auto, it would have ended up potentially sucking up both QBs. If I don't think he's on auto, I go two in there and I try to take one of those two QBs. Damn, he's not on auto. We got cooked. Do we go double? This would be a nice save. We're gonna have to adjust the Diggs price. Oh man, I hate this spot. I would have definitely felt better with two in there, but I think both QBs end up going if I go two in. That's fine. Pick 74. Let's just bring in Ricky Pearsall here. On the way back, really good options at RB, right? And if I want to double tap potentially RB on the way back around, I don't want to only have three receivers in that point. So let's see how that works. But I'm okay with the Warren click there as well. What's up, baby? The streets are no longer safe. Well, the big board streets are safe at least right now. We're in a little tiny board. We drafted a big board earlier. A little two draft stream, a Reno to get the juices flowing today. DJ Moore at 80. The little board streets are crazy. They're crazy. I don't mind it. People are leaning into their takes. J Herb's at 82. Now we keep an eye on this team, right? Okay, that's too early QBs. Does he stop at 2 or does he continue? Like if this is a quarterback, it's time to put this guy in the map. Okay, so he matches the Pickens. Very nice. Pickens at 12 is so funny. What's he doing at 85? Myers. That's fine. Very interesting. Very interesting. QJ there. You imagine this is going to be an RB. What do we want to do? Purdy would be nice as well as our second QB on the way back around. Did Purdy already go though? Purdy on the way back around would be really nice. I also don't mind Bo Nix, obviously. And that's where going tight end there, I would just rather double tap RB or go RB QB, and having that 4th receiver instead of 1 tight end makes it a little easier. Also, there's some unknown in Indy, right, with Daniel Jones and his injury. It's not like there's 0 risk there with the Indy pieces, and 77 for Warren. There's not no risk. Slumdog in the house. What's up, baby? One of the original the OGs of the channel. One of the OGs, man. Talking years. There goes Staffy. I am more likely to go Purdy here now. This team has 0 QBs. This one has 1. I think we're pretty safe. I think we're pretty safe to get one of these RBs. There goes Bo Nix. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good with that Bo Nix insta click. That was a recall. They just suck up all the QBs here. It'd be crazy. There goes Worthy Mahomes. Nice little stack arena there. Mahomes goes at 96 in this one. So we still get the RB of our pick. I like Algier, this team. Algier ends up in Philly. Damn, Mufasa, what's up, baby? Happy March, man. The season is cooking. After Combine, the juices really get flowing. The juices really get flowing. We have some semi-actionable statistics on, measurables on these rookies. A really good time to draft your first bigger board too. It's, like, right when the Combine stuff comes out. So we start this with a 2-3-4-0. Denzel Boston's a tricky one. Cokers. Coker, I don't know if I can get behind that. I don't know if I can get behind him paying off pick 104 and Tet paying off his price, and oh dear, here we go. Dynasty question. I'm not your guy, but I'm sure gonna try to help. 12 team start, 11 oh, 12 team start 11 Superflex Dynasty rebuild with the 101, 103, and 5 2027 first. What? Oh man. Would you trade Bijan for Nico? Plus, I'm keeping Bijan with this rebuild, most likely. Or Bijan Nix for May? No. No. I like keeping Bijan here. Or Bijan Superflex, like Bijan Nix for May, and you're only getting the 108 and a 2027 late first, second. I don't love that at all. I like that one way less. Would you trade Bijan for Nico in the 106 plus 2027 mid first? Who are you looking at right now at the 106? Because I mean, it's not a big Q class. You're looking at, like, Sadiq in that spot? I just don't and it's not tight end premium. I don't I don't know if I like it. I would just keep Bijan. Champion of the sleeper league. Did I win it? I forget. Did I win it? No, I don't think I did. Someone else did you win it? Is that why you're saying it? Damn it, damn it. Oh, give me Godwin here, huh? Huh? Do we just take this team off of full life support here? Coleman would have been a pretty decent option for my team. Do we take our team off of full life support here? I like Godwin, man. I know we have the potential here for correlation, but man, Godwin at pick 118. Shit. I'm most likely gonna stop here at 2 QBs or at a around 20 guy, Dart, Rogers, Kirk, Geno. Reed goes. This might be one of my earlier, I don't have a whole lot of Juwan Jennings. Only done about 25 drafts so far this year. I do like touching a QB tight end here as well in this range, but let's see if we can get a couple tight ends to come back around that we like, or one tight end plus a running back. But we're doing good at receiver here. Puka, Smith, Burden, Ricky Pearsall, Godwin, and Jennings. We're not doing anything fancy. We're not doing anything fancy. Strong at QB, pretty strong at RB with 2 out of the first 3 rounds, catching up at receiver, throwing darts at tight end. That's I hear it's a good strat. I'll have to check. I don't even remember the end of the season. I'm gonna have to check it out. Trade Nico for 102 or 104 plus. I see. Yeah, City at the 10. That's who you're hoping is there. Yeah, Bijan worth like 3 firsts. That's what I'm saying. Like 1 first. I don't not moving Bijan unless you give me a crazy piece. And Nico Collins is not a crazy piece. You get a significant downgrade there, and then who you praying for at the 5 or 6? And then you get a mid first in 2027. That's awesome. I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take another look. Dobbs is one I'm glad I double tapped here because Dobbs is one of my favorite clicks in, round 12. Does he find it? Does he find the Mike Washington click? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think anyone finds it. Surprise me. No. Good spot. Good spot for Mike Washington without going crazy. I know ETR has him at pick, like, 110. I think we're overreacting a little bit, and we're ignoring some of the negative traits of Mike Washington. Of course, the buzz. The buzz is crazy with his measurables in the combine, and there's no ignoring that, but 142 is nice. I even have him up the board. We have him at 124, about a round later than ETR. I'd rather Mike Washington over Kenneth Gainwell, over Tracy, most likely over JCM too. Yeah. This also would have been a good spot to go Henry, to go Booty. I also like Jalen McMillan in this spot too, but we're not in that position to go. Those guys are not. I still like Mark Andrews. Like Henry versus Mark Andrews at 150, they move on from likely. You gotta think that they do touch at the wide receiver position this offseason, whether it's the draft or free agency. But you think of a team that had a pretty down season, Andrews, you already know he's gonna play line. He's gonna play O-line for, like, 5 games at least, but that's fine for this price. I pick 147, that's fine. I think it's pretty easy for him to outpay this ADP just to get hot with touchdowns, and it's someone we know is one of the main focuses in the red zone if, as long as they're not in the 5-yard line, comes the Henry show. Hartman, baby. Lotsy, appreciate you, dog, signing up. Hope you're enjoying those ranks, dominating the rooms now. Top of 175. Now we're fully in tune with ADPs, with ADP movement. We are officially locked in. I'm gonna have to do a little update to the Diggs news. Not a full overreaction, but, Diggs is gonna fall. Booty is gonna get a slight bump. Kyle Williams is gonna slight bump. Henry will get a small bump. I think we already have him up the board, though. Yeah, I mean, you're already getting ahead of his ADP with my rank, so he'll probably stay there at 145. Booty, we're up the board on 2. So you've kinda lucked into we've lucked into, some of those risers already with the Diggs news. McMillan at 159 feels like such a good click if they move on from Evans. They play a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. You're gonna get him out there. I mean, shit, if they move on from Evans, like, he's out there 80% plus. Godwin, McMillan, and Mecca, and then Tez Johnson, 4 wide receiver sets. Mix it in that slot. I mean, he was serviceable. He was serviceable. Something happens to one of those receivers, Tez actually becomes a nice little piece. In 20-round drafts, when you have Baker, I think he's worth it, but this is an interesting spot. Pick 166. I'm trying I'm gonna have to throw Ayuk down the board even more. We have him 13 picks after ADP. I'm gonna have to put him down even more. Spears is a gross click, like, there's no way around it. We just need to throw shit at the wall here. Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Algier, Mike Washington, Tajay, maybe one of these guys, or we could go a tight end. I think we're gonna boost Schultz up. 92. I know what the nut run out is in my mind for us. Will it happen? Let's bring in Schultz here. Andrew Schultz and then +1. I know who I want. We'll see if he comes back. Anywhere in the overlay, I gave an update today. As soon as today. So what Josh has been doing behind the scenes is, while working on last year's overlay, which was perfect last year, he's completely on a side project, restarted from scratch, a brand new improved overlay. So you're gonna get the hot fixed overlay from last year coming out today or tomorrow, and he's getting closer to finishing from scratch a brand new and improved overlay. Insane, insane. Also, this is what he's given us. He's given us some fun new tools. You're gonna get a little ADP report as well as some visuals. Get a little like, even just this, Mike Washington up 51 spots. You're gonna get the most important information thrown to you, as well as some visuals, which we love. Mike Washington, Stowers up 24, Mark Cooper. Just a quick Reader's Digest of what happened in a short time frame, biggest risers, biggest fallers, some visuals for you guys' streams. Exciting stuff. Hurts, Purdy, Chase Brown, Walker, Algier, Mike Washington, Tajay Spears. Puka, Dev Smith, Luther Burden, Ricky Pearsall, Chris Godwin, Jennings, Andrews, and Schultz +1. All right. I'm worried about John's pick here. Yeah, go wide receivers. I want to say John's going wide receiver here. Diggs falls to 116, just something to note. Really good to see. Might be a little overreaction. We'll see. Because remember, he didn't get hurt last year. So most likely playing ball, unless they know something about his legal troubles that we don't know. Pick 116 seems way too cheap. Seems way too cheap. Stowers is the guy we wanted. Ayo! Sniper Reno. Let's go Tank Bigsby first. The Sniper Reno. Oh my. It's okay. We will recover. Mentally, maybe not, but I like adding a rookie wide receiver to this mix. Jacoby Lane, Branch, Brazel. One of these three. Hey, everyone's got their guys. Everyone's got their guys. Tank Dell thoughts. Is he done for? I think you're clicking Tank Dell for that middle end of the season push. And I think that's fine. What's this gonna look like? We need a third tight end. I also like Singleton too. Could have been a Singleton click. Do we need 7? Yeah, probably a 7th with this crew. I know you're drafting like you're right and you're hoping Algier hits a nut spot. 20-round drafts. Pretty comfortable with just stopping at 2 QBs here. Andrew Schultz, we're gonna need a third tight end. We could be done at receiver pretty easily. Good amount of capital there. add in 1 rookie. Let's see. We have 3 picks left. We know one's going to the tight end position. We don't need a 3rd QB. Pick 70 and 94 is a good amount of capital there. I think we end up going we're definitely going 1 more RB, 1 more tight end, and then whoever we think we're gonna get the most points from, which at the end of the draft, it's typically it feels like it's QB. This last round can get pretty muddy. Wide receiver, QB feels the best. So maybe that forces us to go RB with one of these picks here. Good. What's up, Eric, man? What's going on? Yeah, Jeremy's up there. He's up there. Check the ranks. He's right next to Brazel. Hashtag trust the ranks. Ooh, Bateman. Dude, the fall off from Bateman last year. I mean, I guess that was just Baltimore as a whole, but Deshaun Watson, that pick 206. One big board, but super flex. Oh my. I will say I think we did 10 or 20 super flex, and it was all on the first day before ADP's updated. Same thing with rookies and sophomores. The first day it drops, hit it hard, and then let everyone draft the rest of the contest at a disadvantage, where all those cheap quarterbacks come up the board, hit it hard the first day. Just after those ADPs update once, it's like, okay, maybe add a few more, but the next day it's done for. It's done for all the values. Sucked out of them, and it doesn't allow you to hit RB early and still get values at QB. I mean, Brazel almost made it back, but of course, John, I like that. I like that for his team too. Who's Gunnar Helm? I also don't mind looking like for ADPs. They have 9 wide receivers and 8 wide receivers. I do like Kyle Williams there. We have 2 more picks. One's gonna be a tight end. Do we need the receiver? No. Okay, Kyle Williams goes. I'm a little more likely. Keenan Allen could just be another click this year, like a good advance rate piece for the end of 20th round. Keenan Allen if he plays. Let's go Rodgers. I have the highest confidence rate that he plays. We don't need a 3rd QB, but round 19, round 20, and then we're gonna bring in a rookie tight end to finish this one. We're gonna lean into these receivers, which I think is more than enough. 3 tight ends, going the cheap route, 3 RBs by pick 100, bring in Mike Washington, Spears, Bigsby. I don't mind it. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. You think they have to be cautious with him, right? Back-to-back seasons with season-ending knee injuries. He's young. If they let Rico walk, it's a good sign. It's like that's happening. So, yeah, it's a bet on health, but what type of player is he right now? We really need some coach speak here. We really need some updates. and the updates get are positive. So we'll see. I could see him being one of the bigger risers, but I don't think he passes Chuba. I just don't see it. Maybe in August, we're talking about this again, and we're like, "Yeah, how did we not see it?" But man, we did see Chuba get overtaken by Rico this year. It's one of the heavy bets that we made last season that it was more up in the air than people thought. That was one of my best takes last year. Rico Dowdle at 30 something percent in Best Ball Mania, and this is after having next to none in the big board. So being able to readjust, just constantly reminding yourself, like, someone you're out on, you don't have to not click them for the rest of the year. Situations change, and you gotta readjust. That one's so one of the biggest question marks this season is Jonathan Brooks. Can he stay healthy? Is he the same player he was when he got drafted after the double knee injury? Heesh. Jake Tonjes. If we're making a bet against Kittle, this would make sense here too. Right, is anyone out there not taking Kittle? I'm sure there's a lot of you guys. Okay. So, let's say that take is right. What do they do at tight end? Do they just stick with Jake? Do they bring in a rookie? Does that rookie outperform Jake Thompson? A lot of questions. Pretty comfy here with Anderson Schultz. We'll add a lower drafted player in Sam. I thought I had let me see. Best collegiate target share season among tight ends in the last 3 classes, Fannin. We knew that. Warren, Tanner, rookie this year. Colson Loveland, Gadsden, Stouters up there at 25%. Max Clare, Sam, Brock. Very interesting. Very interesting. Give this the old refresh. I started bullish on Tonjes. Sounds like Kittle will be ready at least by playoff week, so I cooled it. Yeah, just even if he is, man, I know. That one's tricky. Here's my top right now. Stowers at 23%. It's actually falling more than I wanted to. We were getting him for free in the 20th, and now you gotta pay up like 18th round. Kincaid, I do think's a pretty good price. Kelsey, I think's a pretty good price. Mason Taylor, again, this is just kinda going with my 3 tight end builds, late guys being mixed in. A lot of Goddard. Sure that will cool, but yeah, 26 drafts so far. 26 drafts. Uh, fully recommend giving Ian here a follow. He's doing some of the good work here, adding some context to some of these running backs and their profiles that people, um, aren't necessarily seeing outside of the combine. Everyone just does this, "Man, run fast," like, "Guy go speed," and and we sorta you sort of forget about fumbles, some of the important shit, and he just shines a light on it and gives you some better context, how good they are in pass pro, some of the important stuff. If you're gonna be out there on 3rd and long, it's a pass catching running back, you better be able to block. Awesome stuff, guys. Now, appreciate everyone coming out. 2nd stream of the year, and there will be more, and we're gonna be in the time slot this 2 to 3 PM, and then Sunday, Mondays, we'll have some late streams for the boys. that are in different time zones. So appreciate you guys showing up, showing some love, and hope you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday. Hit the sub below if you enjoy the stream. Hit the like on the way out. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Pounders.